Will artificial intelligence facilitate cybercrime, or will it mitigate the risk posed by cybercrime? This is an extremely broad area. I therefore propose to narrow the area of focus to identity theft for my Future of AI project. Why have I chosen this topic? In 2007, I completed a Master's of Science in Internet Systems at DCU. The topic I chose for my dissertation was Identity Theft, Real or Imagined Risk, an examination of identity theft and its relevance in the Irish context. At the time, in 2007, identity theft was not defined under Irish legislation. In completion of my dissertation, I concluded that identity theft was pervasive and that the risks posed by identity theft were real. Now, some 18 years later, in 2025, I have selected the topic, Will AI facilitate or mitigate cybercrime? As I want to explore identity theft in the era of AI and reflect on how the landscape has changed in the intervening years. Financial gains and losses motivate expenditure of resources and effort. Cybercriminals stand to make highly lucrative legal financial gains through the adoption of AI in the perpetration of cybercrimes. Big tech companies also stand to profit from investment in the development of technology to mitigate against the risks posed by the use of AI in the perpetration of cybercrimes. An article by Liminal has reported that the market for deep fake detection is projected to increase from $5.5 billion in 2023 to $15.7 billion by 2026. As we will see, the average cost to organizations of a data breach is also on the rise. This is a graph showing the total cost of a data breach compiled with data from the IBM Cost of a Data Breach Report 2024. According to the report, the global average cost of a data breach is $4.88 million. The report, produced by IBM in collaboration with the Ponemon Institute, found that 46% of breaches involved the theft or compromise of customer PII, personal identifying information. PII can be used in identity theft. In my project, I propose to explore various methods by which AI is currently employed to facilitate the crime of identity theft. The methods in which AI is utilized to perpetrate cybercrimes that will be explored in this project will include deepfakes and synthetic identities. Additional methods may also be included. Many of us will be familiar with the account of the Hong Kong-based employee of the British multinational company Arup, transferring $25 million to cybercriminals. Deepfake technology was used to generate fake voices and images that duped the employee into believing they were speaking to colleagues known to them. What is deepfake technology? TechTarget defined deepfake technology as a type of artificial intelligence used to create convincing fake images, videos, and audio recordings. The term describes both the technology and the resulting bogus content, and the term itself is a blending of the words deep learning and fake. The next area I propose to explore is the use of artificial intelligence by cybercriminals to perpetrate synthetic identity theft. An article published by Forbes in 2024 described synthetic identities as the darker side of generative AI. Cybercriminals are harnessing generative AI to create synthetic identities as a new means to commit synthetic identity theft. An article published by Experian in 2019 referred to synthetic identity theft as the Frankenstein of identity theft. What are synthetic identities? According to identitytheft.org, synthetic identity theft occurs when cybercriminals use a combination of real and fake information to form a new identity. This new identity is the synthetic identity. Synthetic identity is one of the fastest growing areas of identity theft and is being supercharged by generative AI. An analysis conducted in 2023 by TransUnion it was found that synthetic identity theft continues to grow and represents an exposure of almost $3 billion in the United States. Artificial intelligence plays an important role in mitigating the threats posed by malicious actors who seek to commit identity theft. In my project, I propose to explore a number of methods by which artificial intelligence is currently employed in the mitigation of the risks posed by those intent on committing the crime of identity theft. I propose to follow a form of the people, processes and technology concept to explore the role that artificial intelligence can play in safeguarding individuals and organizations. Under the heading of people, I will look at how individuals can utilize AI to protect their identity. Socrates will most likely not have considered identity theft when he referred to "regard your good name as the richest of jewels." Nevertheless, his words have a remarkable relevance in an age that sees identity theft account for one of the fastest growing crimes in the world. In 2007, I observed that the first line of defense in protecting an individual's identity begins with the individual. This may still hold to be true today. Under the heading of processes, I am going to explore a number of processes and pieces of legislation that are in place which may mitigate the risk of identity theft. Initiatives such as the EU digital wallet will be reviewed. It is hoped that the adoption of these digital wallets will reduce instances of identity theft. However, concerns have been raised that the right to privacy will be impacted. Other initiatives will also be explored under this heading as part of this project. We have seen that AI technology can be used by criminals, and we will see that it can also be used to prevent criminal activity. In the State of Cybersecurity Report 2024 published by Splunk, it was reported that respondents were split on the question of AI, friend or foe. In an article by Mirsky et al., The Threat of Offensive AI to Organizations, the authors contend that AI technologies are a double-edged sword. I agree with Mirsky et al. In saying that AI may be considered a double-edged sword in cybersecurity, as AI can be used to commit cybercrime or mitigate against the risk of cybercrime. This description also applies to identity theft. Those engaged in the perpetration of identity theft can harness AI to commit cybercrime, and individuals and organizations can also avail of AI to protect their identity. In my project report under the heading of technology, I will explore how AI technologies are leveraged to detect and protect against identity theft. As part of this project, I propose to provide a brief review of the main findings from the dissertation I completed on the subject of identity theft. I feel it would be interesting to reflect on how the risks of identity theft were viewed in 2007 when I submitted my dissertation. For instance, one of the factors which made it difficult to quantify the extent of identity theft in Ireland was that identity theft was not defined under Irish legislation, and this meant that it was not recorded as a distinct crime by An Garda Síochána. It would also be interesting to see how my findings from 2007 compared to the current identity theft landscape. What does the future hold? As part of this project, I propose to explore predictions and forecasts on what the future holds in relation to the role that artificial intelligence may play in both facilitating and mitigating identity theft, noting that there is an element of crystal ball gazing to this task. In summary, for my project on the future of artificial intelligence, I want to explore the question: will artificial intelligence facilitate cybercrime, or will it mitigate the risk posed by cybercrime? As this is a really broad area, I'm going to narrow the focus to the area of identity theft. I plan to explore how cyber criminals leverage artificial intelligence to commit identity theft, and to examine how organizations and individuals can harness artificial intelligence to protect themselves from the risks of identity theft. In doing this, I will provide a brief account of how artificial intelligence has changed the crime of identity theft from when I studied it in 2007 to now in the era of artificial intelligence. I also hope to look at how artificial intelligence is predicted to change this landscape into the future. Thank you for taking the time to review my project proposal. I would welcome any feedback on the project proposal from my fellow students and from our lecturer. Thanks again.